Now we'll continue with the lesson, that is line 155 onwards. Bassanio wants some money in order to go to Belmont to try his luck to win Portia, and he does not have any money. He has been leading a very lavish life, but Antonio considers him almost like a son, and Antonio is willing to spend any amount of money for him. But still Bassanio is reluctant to directly ask for the money, so he gives an example about his childhood experience. I think you will remember that experience. When he was a child, he shot an arrow, he lost it, then he took another arrow, shot it in the same direction, with the same speed, and he watched the second arrow more carefully. And the result was that he was able to find both arrows. Now, these arrows stand for the loan. So, Bassanio is requesting Antonio to give him a second loan, which he will use more carefully. As he watched the arrow more carefully, he will use the money, the second loan, very carefully. And if possible, he will return both loans, or if he is not able to return both the loans, he will at least give the latter hazard. Latter hazard refers to the second loan. And he says he will be very thankful to Antonio. Now line 156. You know me well, and herein spend but time to wind about my love with circumstance. Why are you not asking me directly what you want me to do? You know I am ready to help you. You know my affection for you, my attitude towards you. So, to wind about my love with circumstance, why do you speak indirectly? And out of doubt, you do me now more wrong in making question of my uttermost. Now, the fact that Bassanio doubted that Antonio would help him has hurt Antonio more than if Bassanio had wasted all the money that he had. So notice the love and affection of Antonio for Bassanio. And out of doubt you do me now more wrong in making question of my uttermost. Then if you had made waste of all I have, if you had wasted all I have, I would not be so worried. But you doubted my ability to help you, my desire to help you. That has hurt me more. That then in your knowledge may by me be done, and I am pressed unto it. I am ready to do it. I am eager to help you. So tell me directly what you want me to do. Therefore speak. Now earlier in one sentence, Antonio says, my uttermost means. I am ready to provide you with my uttermost means. He says, my purse, my person, and my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasion. You can use everything, my power, myself, my influence, my money, my wealth. Everything is at your disposal. You're free to use it. Now Bassanio comes to the point. In Belmont is a lady richly left. Richly left, that shows you that she has no father or mother. And she is fair and fairer than that word. She is more beautiful. She is so beautiful that words cannot describe her beauty. And she is fair and fairer than that word, of wondrous virtues. Now virtue, she is also good character. Actually, outward beauty should be a reflection of inward beauty. Only the goodness in your heart will reflect on the physical beauty. So you should have both inward beauty and outward beauty, which Portia has. She has both. I did receive fair speechless messages. Of wondrous virtues means she's so good. Her character is so good. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. Her name is Portia. Fair speechless messages means later we are told that Bassanio visited Portia in the company of when her father was alive, in the company of the Marquis of Montferrat. And then Portia and Bassanio did not speak to each other, but in their eyes they expressed their love for each other. that is speechless messages. They did not speak about their love for each other, but they revealed their love for each other in their eyes. Her name is Portia. Nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter Brutus's Portia. Now, the second Portia mentioned here is the wife of Brutus and the daughter of Cato. She is mentioned in Julius Caesar. She is also very beautiful, very good, very virtuous. But the Portia of the Merchant of Venice is much more beautiful, or is to Cato's daughter Brutus is nothing undervalued, means she can be compared to Cato's daughter Brutus's Portia. They are equal in beauty and in good character. Nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. For the four winds blow in from every coast renowned suitors. The whole world knows about her beauty, her wealth, her fame. And people from all over the world, not ordinary people but princesses, kings, emperors are coming to visit Portia and to try and win her. For the four winds blow in from every coast renowned suitors, and her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, which makes her seat of Belmont Colchos strand, and many Jasons come in quest of her. Now this golden fleece was a crop of wool which was hung on an oak tree, and it was guarded by a dragon, and Jason was able to get the fleece with the help of his wife Medea. Here Colchos is the Belmont, and the golden fleece refers to Portia's beauty. And the many Jasons refers to all the princesses and emperors and kings who are coming to try and win Portia. And here Bassanio, who does not have any wealth, who does not have any money, he wants to try his luck. And many Jasons come in quest of her. Oh my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them, if I could be one of her suitors, if I could go to Belmont and win Portia, I have a mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate. I'm definitely sure that I will be able to win Portia, because I have an instinctive feeling that tells me that I will win Portia. So here Bassanio is hinting that if another loan is given to him, if he is able to marry Portia, he will be able to return all the loans which Antonio has provided for him. Antonio, thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity. You know that all my wealth is in the ships, and the ships have not returned. So I don't have any ready cash with me to raise a present sum. Therefore go forth. Try what my credit can do in Venice. You try to find out if anybody will give you money. You can borrow some money. Nobody will give any money to Bassanio. They know that he is spendthrift. He lives a lavish life. But Antonio is willing to stand security for the loan that Bassanio will take. Try what my credit can do in Venice. That shall be racked even to the uttermost. You can make your best efforts. You can do your best and try to get a loan in order that you may go to Belmont, to furnish thee to Belmont, to fair Portia. Go presently inquire, and so will I. I will also find out where money is available, where a loan is available, where money is, and I know question make to have it of my trust for my sake. I will not question you. You can take any amount you want. You can go to whom you want. So this is the introduction to the bond story, which we will come later. There is a contradiction here. Earlier Antonio says that his wealth does not make him sad because he has other resources. His profit does not depend on the 1 year alone. He has other resources, and this is a contradiction. But because it is a play, people will not notice such contradiction. So with that we finish Act 1, Scene 1.